Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka the Weather Gamer, bringing you week 4 of the FWL Team Builder versus the Shamrock Ruffers and Coach Vyloom the Gloom. They're in the same division as us. They're currently sitting at 2-1 plus 0 for a record. They are rocking out with Mega Aggron, Tapu Fini, Raikou, Shaman, Zelf, Scrafty, Rhydon, not Rhydon. Sorry, they made some changes and updated their dock before I did this, I think. Or before I recorded this video. They updated their dock when they weren't supposed to. Let me go look here real quick what they did for transactions. They have Palossand, Darmanitan, Porygon 2, Vanillux. Yeah, Palossand, Darmanitan, Porygon 2, Vanillux. That's what I need. Where's my roster? Mega Aggron, Tapu Fini, Raikou, Shaman, Azelf, Scrafty, Licky, and Salamence. Do they have Licky? Do they have Licky? No, they have P2, not Licky. Okay, something like that. Anyways, wish they hadn't updated their dock before this, but whatever. The biggest thing we're worried about is a D-Dancing or a Scarfed Salamence, as well as Mega Aggron just kind of sitting in front of me and just blowing me back. The other thing, too, is his Azelf has 5 kills, 1 death. It's been an offensive Azelf. The front office was trying to figure out how we're trying to figure out how to play around that. Sorry, I'm switching back. I know I'm not looking at the camera right now. I'm back looking at Discord. Just looking through what we talked about for all this. Let's see. Yeah, so a Scarfed Salamence was a problem. A D-Dancing Salamence was a problem. I'm just looking through these to see what all we talked about and we're worried about. Yeah, we talked about this a lot this week. Aggron was a huge threat because it basically just sits there defensively in front of me. Yeah, that Aggron was an issue. What else were we having issues with? Raikou potentially could run through the team pretty difficultly. That Azelf was another big issue like that we were trying to figure out. Yeah, I think it was mainly Salamence, Aggron, Teeny, and Salamence, Aggron, Teeny, and Azelf that we were worried about this week. We were thinking it's going to be Aggron, Scrafty, Azelf, Shaman. Aggron, Shaman, Azelf, Scrafty, Mence, and I have to look because it was one of the mons he dropped. That was the other one we were predicting. Transactions. Darmanitan, that was it. Darmanitan was the other one we were worried about. We didn't think P2 was coming because now that I have Conkelder, why would P2 come when I can just blast that thing backwards? Vanillux has a terrible matchup. With Victini sitting here, Vanillux has a terrible matchup. Palossand doesn't really come. Don't see it coming, especially with me having Trevenant to basically counter it. So, Finny may or may not come. We're not really sure on whether or not Finny comes. Because I have a Ninetales that can freeze dry and outspeed it. Plus I have Electress, plus I have Trevenant. Finny doesn't seem like it'd be that good. Plus with the offensive pressure, or the... yeah, with all my offensive pressure, plus Beedrill, it just didn't... to us, we don't see Finny coming. It's more than likely going to be Darmanitan, like a Sheer Force Scarf or a Shield Force Life Orb, or a Banded Darmanitan. But we're not going to sleep on all of it. Just say it's at least 6, because we don't know. We honestly don't know what comes here. So, first up here is Mega Beedrill with the Beedrill Knight and adaptability as its move, because that's the only thing it can have. We are running Drill Run, P-Jab, X-Scissor, U-Turn. P-Jab does big damage to Feeney, will kill the Shaman, will hurt Raikou, hurts Azelf, doesn't kill it, but hurts it, hurts Scrafty, hurts Salamence. It will put Salamence into like 30%, I think. Maybe even 20. I don't remember off the top of my head the calcs, but it does hurt Salamence extremely hard. X-Scissor to deal with the Azelf, U-Turn to pivot out, Drill Run to hit the Aggron on switch, and then we U-Turn to get out. More than likely, we're planning for Aggron to lead against us to set up Rocks early game, just because I have a team that's very weak to Rocks. In Ninetales, and Mandibuzz, and Beedrill, Victini doesn't like Rocks. Most of my offensive pressure does not like Rocks, and Beedrill, Victini, and Alolan Ninetales. And then my only defogger, or hazard remover, is Mandibuzz. So if he doesn't think Mandibuzz comes, he literally leads Rocks, and I'm screwed if I don't bring Mandibuzz. Which we'll talk about Mandibuzz in a bit. Music, did you die? No. Okay. Anyways. So, Drill Run is to catch the Beedrill, or the Aggron on switch-in, potentially. But we're predicting Aggron as the lead, so we have a designated lead in return. But yeah, that's why we have this set. We are running max attack, so we blow things back. We are only running 362 speed. If anything comes with a Scarf, it's going to be that Salamence, because he would have to Scarf it to try and beat Ninetales, and Ninetales would have to be Scarfed in order to beat him. So, we really think it's either Scarfed or it's D-Dancing Salamence with a Z-Crystal. So, really, we don't need full 423 speed on this. His team doesn't outclip 361 is his fastest, and I believe that is Azelf. So we only ran enough speed to get above a standard Azelf. If it's Scarfed Azelf, we're in trouble. Granted, if we Scarf it into Psychic, Mandibuzz comes in and handles it pretty decently. So, that's why we didn't run full speed. We've got, and then the rest went into HP just so we had some bulk, even though we have terrible defense. Electress. This is the designated lead this match, is Electress. Carrying the Assault Vest, Levitate, Volt Switch, Flamethrower, Giga Drain, Super Fang. It's the same set that I brought last week versus Rye and the Washington Braveries, I believe they were. By the way, if you didn't check that match out, go check that match out, because outside of some hacks at the end, I feel like that is probably one of the best matches I've ever played in League format. Maybe the match against Pokemon Champion in WWC tops that, but the sheer amount of times I had to click Roost, Defog, Brave Bird with Mandibuzz to take down a Rhydon last week, just, that could have gone off the rails so easily, and I feel like the fact that I was able to stay calm through that, it just makes that such a great match. Please go check that out if you haven't. It's been a great match, or it was a great match. Anyways, Volt Switch to deal with, where's your team? Shut up, phone, I didn't talk to you. Volt Switch to deal with the Feeney. Shut up, phone, I didn't talk to you. To deal with the Feeney, to deal with the Mence. If it comes in, if I think Mence is coming, I just Volt Switch out. Flamethrower does a good chunk to Aggron, and Aggron can't EQ me back. Flamethrower deals with Shaman. Giga Drain also deals with the Feeny if I need recovery. Palisand doesn't appreciate the Giga Drain. It's really hard doing this team builder, I'm sorry guys, because his team is not matching on the roster page that I usually look at when I'm doing my team builder. His roster is not correct, and so I'm having to flip between Discord and looking at his ad drops and vice versa to do this. So anyways, yeah, Giga Drain will do good damage to it. And finally, Super Fang. So this is why Electros is the designated lead. Mega Aggron is a pain in the ass. I'm so glad I have Conkelder this week, because I don't think I could break Mega Aggron without Conkelder and Electros. Electros Super Fangs cuts that Mega Aggron's HP in half. And then how we see this playing out is he sets rocks with Aggron first turn. I Super Fang. Aggron goes out because he knows a Flamethrower will severely hurt Aggron. Or I Super Fang the Aggron again, and then I definitely clean it with Flamethrower, and he can't kill me back with Heavy Slam. He can't hit me with Earthquake, so he's really out of options versus Electros. Then we think Scrafty's coming in, because Scrafty has knockoff. He's going to know I'm Assault Vested. Once he breaks the Assault Vest on this, Azelf will do big damage to it, so he's going to want to knock me off. So if he knocks off, so how we see it playing, Aggron rocks, we Super Fang with Electros. We hit Super Fang again, and whatever comes in gets cut in half, or the Aggron gets put in Flamethrower range. But we predict Scraggy comes in. Scraggy gets Super Fanged down to half, which is great because it's probably rocking an Assault Vest as well. And then we have to get out of there. We can't Volt Switch out because Scrafty will be faster. So we will have to jump out into Garchomp. And yes, I know I'm skipping down the line. We would switch into Garchomp. He'd knock off. Unfortunately, it reveals we aren't Scarfed, so he could easily think, okay, Salamence now is faster. It's not Scarf Chomp. Salamence is faster. We can kill Garchomp with Scarf Salamence. Or he thinks, okay, +1 D-Dance, we beat Garchomp now. We're not worried about that. We're carrying Dragon Z and Rough Skin. So long as Tapu Fini does not come, we can drop a Dragon Z. We went with Outrage because we're a physical Chomp this week. The most likely, if he doesn't bring Fini, the most likely switch into this Garchomp is Shaman. And Shaman Seed Flare will kill my Garchomp, unfortunately. But if we know that Shaman's coming in, we can drop the Dragon Z Nuke and basically kill the Shaman at that point. Or we drop the Dragon Z Nuke on anything because outside of Fini, he doesn't have a Fairy Dragon Resist. So if he thinks that Scarf Chomp is faster than Garchomp, and he thinks I'm Scarf Chomp facing Scrafty, he'll expect me to P-Jab thinking that Shaman is the switch. He'll bring in Scarfed Mence, hit me, or he'll take the P-Jab, absorb it, and then kill me with his Scarf Mence, or force me to switch into something like Ninetales or something, and then he would drop a rock move and I'm dead. Z-Rock or something like that. Or he gets a free D-Dance if he's not Scarfed, and then he thinks he's going to outspeed my entire team. So, unfortunately, it reveals we're not Scarfed. It gives him a whole bunch of options, but he gets hit with Rocky Helmet, Rough Skin damage on the Scrafty, which helps chip that thing down. And Electros doesn't lose its Assault Vest because early in testing, before we switched Chomp to a Z-Crystal, because Chomp was really the last Mon, and that's why it's here in the 6th spot, it was the last Mon to come. We tried Araquanid, we tried Trevenant at one point, we tried tried Araquanid. We had a Linoon suggested. We thought about Metagross. We thought about Victini. None of those just really were good. Garchomp wasn't great. I was ready to pull Garchomp out. Midweek through testing, I was ready to pull Garchomp out because I wasn't happy with it. And then we switched it to Dragon Z when we decided that Feeny wasn't coming. We switched it to Dragon Z because it just drops a nuke. And so, yeah, Dragon Z Outrage. We have Earthquake to deal with that stupid Mega Aggron. That thing's gotta come. I know it's gotta come. But to deal with that thing, it deals with Raikou. We are faster than Shaman. I made sure we were 1 speed point faster than a standard Shaman. We are also 1 speed point faster than a non-scarfed Darmanitan. I don't know, I think the music's a little loud, so I'm going to turn it down. That way we can P-Jab or Earthquake against either one of those. And get Oko the... if it's not Scarf, we can Oko the Darmanitan. We can almost Oko the Shaman unless it's defensive Shaman, like super defensive Shaman. And then finally Dragon Claw to hit the Salamence. We are faster naturally than Salamence, so if he's forced into a situation where it's this versus Salamence, he has to switch out. But it's good to know if it gets down to like Salamence versus the world, Garchomp can kill it if Ninetales were to go down or something, because Ninetales is critical for taking down that Salamence. So skipping back, Mandibuzz, again, Rocky Helmet, Overcoat, Rocky Helmet to punish, Overcoat because I am bringing Ninetales with Hail. I don't want to get Hail damage and have Mandibuzz get chipped. Roost, Defog, Foul Play, Air Slash. Little weird on the spread this week. We didn't go standard max HP, max defense. We did go max defense. A lot of HP, but because we're running Air Slash, I threw a little into Spat. Yes, I know we have Foul Play and we're minus Attack Nature. Foul Play doesn't factor in your attack, it factors in your opponent's, so your attack can be neutral or negative and it won't affect it. And then 44 speed to get to 207, which makes us faster than the Scraggy, and we can Air Slash the Scraggy and hurt it. The reason we're running Foul Play is this thing is built to take a hit from Salamence at +1. So the scenario, and I'll skip to Ninetales here after this. I'll skip Conkelder and go to Ninetales. So the scenario is he's going to know at some point that my Ninetales is Scarfed. So he's going to have to D-Dance. He's going to have to D-Dance twice. Whatever is in front of Salamence, he's going to get a matchup where Salamence is favored. I'm forced to switch. He D-Dances. I go into Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz lives a +1 Stone Edge. Does not live a Rock Z, so if he's Rock Z, we're in trouble. But Mandibuzz does live a +1 Stone Edge. Then I can force a situation where he either has to D-Dance again, or he is forced to kill Mandibuzz, which if he kills Mandibuzz, I'm then allowed to bring in Ninetales and reset his stats because he's going to get out of there. But the reason it forces him to do something is because carrying Foul Play, if he +1 Foul Play to a Salamence does 89 to 109, so he can be killed it's like a 50-50 whether it kills at +1 with Foul Play. So if he got greedy and wanted to D-Dance to a +2 just to make sure he outsped everything comfortably, then I Foul Play and he dies. Otherwise, he's forced to Stone Edge to make sure I don't Foul Play and kill him, just to make sure Mandibuzz goes down. And then Ninetales comes in and can Revenge, which forces him out, which forces probably Aggron back in. But if Aggron's down by the time we get to this situation, he has very few checks, very few switch-ins to Ninetales. Speaking of Ninetales, we are running Scarfed Ninetales. We're at 331 speed, so 1 speed point faster than Garchomp prior to Scarf. Again, we outspeed everything with the Scarf. Even Scarfed Darmanitan is slower. Scarfed The only thing he's got faster than me would be Scarfed Azelf. Like, I made sure everything could handle Azelf, but I don't see him scarfing his Azelf. It just doesn't make sense because it's too easy for him to get stuck. Choice Scarf, Snow Warning, I forgot. Oh no, I did talk about Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz stuff. Scarfed, Snow Warning to set up the snow. Again, I don't think Vanillux comes, so I don't have to worry about it Ice Body healing off of me. Blizzard, Freeze Dry, Moonblast, HP Ground. The reason we're carrying HP Ground is more than likely Aggron is the switch into this. Every time Ninetales comes in, Aggron comes in. So if I hit HP Ground, I do about 25% to him. Which is good chip damage on the Aggron because the Aggron is so freaking bulky. And then I get out of there and go into probably Conkelder against it, or Garchomp, one or the other. Eel also works to get in front of it. Moonblast runs through his team pretty hard. If he brings Feeny, Freeze Dry is clutch there because Scarf Freeze Dry immediately puts pressure because Feeny can't hit me back super effectively. It could Nature's Madness me, which would suck because then I only have 2 rocks switch-ins. I only have 1 rock switch-in at that point. Because I'll die being at 50%. I died of the rocks the second time I came in because rocks is 25%. So limit me to 1 switch-in, but Freeze Dry would put huge pressure on that. Freeze Dry hits Shaman hard, Freeze Dry hits Azelf hard, Freeze Dry just kills Salamence. Moonblast kills Salamence. So like if I don't need to hit Blizzard or Freeze Dry, I can just hit Moonblast and take down Salamence. And then Blizzard kills a crap ton of his team, does a lot of damage across the board, and it's guaranteed to hit. We are max special attack, a little bit of bulk in the HP, minus attack, plus speed. We had to go plus speed. Unfortunately, without having a speed boosting nature, Ninetales does not get fast enough, just running 252 speed to where I need it to be. So I had to run Timid, and then that allowed me to cut down to 188 EVs in speed and jump up a little bit into bulk. So, unfortunately, being Scarfed, I am going to get in situations where I'm going to get locked and have to switch. It's fine. But having Ninetales with Scarf prevents Salamence from getting me. Finally, we have Conkelder with Assault Vest and Iron Fist. Iron Fist boosts your punching type attacks 1.2, so Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, Bullet Punch, all those punching moves. I don't like this song. No, we're gonna go back to that one. Okay. Anyways, it boosts it. The Assault Vest allows me to take a hit from Azelf. If need be, I can get into a situation where I take a hit from Azelf, and then if I have to sack this thing against Azelf, I can. I have enough to cover the Aggron that Conkelder is not too crucial, but it is very critical to have the Conkelder for part of it. Drain Punch, Poison Jab, Rock Slide, Mach Punch, Drain Punch to heal from the Aggron and just do damage across the board and allow me to heal. Poison Jab, if the Finny wants to come and be the switch-in, Poison Jab will do a hefty chunk to it, potentially poison it. Plus the Assault Vest, the Moonblast isn't going to kill me. And 2 Poison Jabs will kill the Finny. Rock Slide, if Mence wants to come in on this would be a situation where Mence could potentially come in, threaten me with a flying type move, which would force me out, sort of thing. However, if I Rock Slide, Mence takes a lot of damage from a Rock Slide. And finally, Mach Punch, just to clean some stuff up. If I really get some chip damage across his team, that Iron Fist 1.2 times attack Mach Punch just blows a lot of things back. It does quite a bit to Aggron. It will take down Shaman. It will do big damage to Raikou. It does about 20% to Azelf, So Scrafty does not appreciate it. So yeah, having that priority to clean up a little bit, because if those of you that don't know, Conkelder is super slow. Conkelder would have been great last week for Trick Room if they had brought Trick Room. Surprisingly, Rye didn't bring Trick Room. We really don't understand why he didn't bring Trick Room, but that's whatever. We talked about that in the video. But yeah, having Mach Punch is great. We are running max attack, Adamant. Just look at that. 140 attack stat is beautiful. 252 HP, just to make us bulky with that Assault Vest. And yeah, that's going to be it. Hopefully we can pick up a win. Like I said at the beginning, Viloom the Groom and the Shamrock Ruffers are 2-1. +0, they're in the same division as us. We are currently ahead of them because of our differential, but going into playoffs, this is crucial for down the line in playoffs that we try to pick up the win here. If he did give me anything down below, check it out. Otherwise, check out the Twitch, Twitter, Twitters, because Griffin Feathers Twitter is still down there. And yeah, I will catch you guys on the next one. We'll video for this match will go up the next day after this, so catch you guys later.